Israeli Army spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said on Wednesday Israeli forces had achieved tactical control over the Philadelphia corridor that runs along the border between the Gaza Strip and Egypt.
ציר פילדלפי שימש כצינור החמצן
He said
של
the
חמאס.
corridor served as Hamas's pipeline through which Hamas engaged in smuggling in Gaza Strip on regular basis. A video released by the Israeli army is said to show army operations in Rafah. Other military officials said the operation in 10 days discovered 20 tunnels that cross into Egypt, and the information was passed on to Egypt. Hamas is a U.S. designated terrorist group. An American drone is reportedly grounded in Yemen. AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
Another US military MQ-9 Reaper drone has gone down in Yemen. That's according to images posted online on Wednesday. It wasn't immediately clear what brought down the drone, but the military's Central Command has acknowledged seeing reports of the aircraft being downed in a desert region of Yemen's central Marib province. The downing comes as Yemen's Houthi rebels continue their attacks on shipping around the Red Sea over the Israel-Hamas war. Authorities in Marib, which remains held by allies of Yemen's exiled government, did not immediately acknowledge the drone, nor did the Houthis, who previously have shot down MQ-9s amid the war. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The Houthis are also a U.S. designated terrorist group. The United States is wary of a new UN resolution on the war in Gaza, its deputy ambassador said on Wednesday, as a draft seeks an immediate ceasefire and a halt to Israel's offensive in Rafah. Algeria called an urgent UN Security Council meeting on Tuesday. This is VOA News. South Africans queued late into the night to vote on Wednesday, forcing polling stations to remain open beyond closing time in a landmark general election, with the ruling ANC fighting to protect its three-decade-long grip on power. More than 27 million voters were registered for the most uncertain poll since the African National Congress led the nation out of apartheid. Most polls started to close at 9 p.m., but thousands were still waiting in line after nightfall in some big city voting stations, with electoral officials vowing everyone would get their chance. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, on a visit to Moldova on Wednesday, announced an additional $135 million in aid to help the Eastern European Republic fight Russian disinformation and strengthen its energy resilience. Veronica Balderas Iglesias reports.
Blinken noted that since February 2022, the United States has provided $774 million to strengthen Moldovan institutions and push back on Russian attempts to undermine Moldova's commitment to democracy. About $300 million of this was earmarked for energy security. Moldova's moves to shift to a more diversified economy free from Russian energy dependence will also receive a financial boost, Blinken added. Veronica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News.
Renovations are underway at a jail in eastern Kosovo to bring it up to Danish standards as it prepares to house 300 inmates from Denmark in a move criticized by human rights groups. Reuters correspondent Alex Cohen reports.
Kosovo's parliament approved the deal last week to help the Scandinavian country cope with overcrowded prisons. In return, Kosovo, which is one of Europe's poorest countries, will receive 210 million euros over the next 10 years. Kosovo Correctional Service Director Ismail Dibrani says while the money is significant, he believes his department will benefit in other ways too. International organizations say Kosovo has a lot to learn. Human rights groups say its prisons and detention centers are often marred by violence between prisoners, corruption, exposure to radical religious or political views, lack of medical care, and violence by staff.
Reuters correspondent Alex Cohen. China is to send giant pandas to Washington's National Zoo, U.S. First Lady Jill Biden and officials said on Wednesday in a surprise announcement signaling a new era of panda diplomacy between the superpowers. Amid soaring tensions between Washington and Beijing, only a handful of the iconic black and white bears remain in the United States, with 3 having left the National Zoo in Washington 6 months ago.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.